Let us discuss about ideal gas. Now, a hypothetical gas which obeys the law, which is PV bar is equal to R bar into T, at all pressures and temperatures is called an ideal gas. Okay, so if you talk about this P, this is what we call the pressure. This V bar, so now this is small v bar. This is the specific volume, that is the total volume per unit mass. So this is meter cube per kg. Alright. This R bar, this is called the universal gas constant. Universal gas constant, and T is the temperature in kelvins. Alright. So this equation, if it is obeyed for all values of pressure and temperature, then that gas is called an ideal gas. Now there are two kinds of gases. The first is the ideal gas, and the second gas or the second type of gas is called a real gas. Now real gases do not conform to this equation, and even if they conform it or even if they follow it, they do not follow it with complete accuracy. Okay, so if you want to make a real gas behave like an ideal gas, then for that particular scenario the pressure will have to approach 0 or the temperature will have to approach infinity. So if this situation occurs, then the real gas will approach the ideal gas behavior. Okay, now if you talk about the equation, that was PV bar is equal to R bar into T. So this equation, as the value of T, it approaches 0, that is the value of temperature in degrees Celsius should approach minus 273 degrees Celsius. So this temperature will always be in Kelvin. Okay. So the thing is, so in this equation, if the temperature approaches 0 and if the volume or the specific volume, it remains constant, then the pressure also approaches 0. Or if you can make the pressure remain constant, then the volume or the specific volume would approach 0. Okay, so if we talk about it, the negative volume or negative pressures are not you can say gettable, so they are inconceivable. The lowest possible temperature then is 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degrees Celsius. Okay, and these temperature values are known as the absolute temperature values. Okay, and this temperature over here is also known as the absolute temperature. Alright, so this gives us a brief introduction to what an ideal gas is. Alright, now if you talk about you can say ideal gas, now there is no gas which is a perfect gas or an ideal gas. So at atmospheric condition, the gases which, now let's apply the Avogadro's law. So if you apply the Avogadro's law and you take the value of the pressure as 760 millimeters of mercury, now this is also known as the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so this can be taken as 1 bar or 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square or pascals. The value of temperature would then become 273 Kelvin, that's 0 degrees Celsius, and the specific volume would then become 22.4 meter cube per kg mole. So these are the values that we need to know. Now let's apply these values into this equation and find out the value of the universal gas constant. So when you put in the values over here, the value of R bar would then become P, which is 1.013 into 10 to the power 5, into volume, which is 22.4, divided by temperature, which is 273. So when you resolve all this and you calculate, the value of universal gas constant comes about to be 8314.3 Newton meter per kilogram mole Kelvin. And in terms of kilojoule, it will become 8.3143 kilojoule per kg mole Kelvin. So this is the value of universal gas constant that we are asked to remember, and this is how we derive it or calculate it. Alright, so this is somewhat an important point and a figure to remember. Now if you move forward, we know that this V bar is nothing but capital V, that is the total volume, upon the mass. Okay, and if you have to replace mass, because we are talking about the number of moles over here, I can write it down V upon N, where N is the number of moles. Okay, so if I replace this value in the given equation, so it becomes P V bar is equal to R bar into T, and I replace the value of V bar, that is capital V upon N, where capital V is the total volume. It's the total volume. Alright, so this would become P into capital V is equal to N into R bar into T. So this is quite a familiar sight that you know all throughout. So this is again you can say an ideal equation, or the equation of state for an ideal gas, that is PV is equal to N R bar T, where R bar is the universal gas constant. Now if you talk about this N over here, which is the number of moles, now number of moles, this is equal to the given mass, upon the molecular mass. Alright, now let's say the given mass is small m and molecular mass is capital M. So we have a value for N. So let's put this value back into this equation and let us see what we get. So now we get P into V is equal to small m upon capital M into R bar into T. Okay, so let's now combine these two values, that is universal gas constant divided by the molecular mass. So this would then become M into R into T, where this value capital R is equal to R bar upon M. This means that this value R is basically a function of the molecular mass. This means it will vary for every gas. Okay, as the molecular mass of the gas is also different, or you can say every gas will have a different molecular mass. This means that this R is a characteristic of a particular gas. So this means this is a gas constant which is called a characteristic gas constant. So this becomes a characteristic gas constant. So you can see the difference very well over here. If you have number of moles in the equation, then you would have the universal gas constant. If you have mass in the given equation, then you would have the characteristic gas constant. Okay, so this is a very, very important point to understand and remember. So to summarize, this becomes N into R bar into T, and this would become M into R into T, where if you write down the value of R, it is R bar upon capital M. Alright, so the value of R bar, that is the universal gas constant, is 8.3143 kilojoule per kg mole Kelvin. Now, let's find out the characteristic gas constant for some very commonly used gases. So, if you have to find out the characteristic gas constant for oxygen, so that is R bar, which is same for all the gases, upon the molecular mass of oxygen. So, this becomes 8.3143 divided by 32. So, this value becomes 0.262 kilojoule per kg mole Kelvin. Okay, or you can say, let's remove this mole, you will have kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Okay, now if you have to find out the characteristic gas constant for air, so it is 8.3143 upon the molecular mass of the air, that is 28.96. So this is a data value which should be remembered at all times. So this is a very important data value. Okay, so the answer to the value of characteristic gas constant for air is 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So this is again a value which should be remembered as it is. So this is a very commonly used value, that is the characteristic gas constant of air. If you take this discussion a bit forward, let's talk about the Avogadro's number. Now, what is Avogadro's number? Avogadro's number is denoted by capital A, which is equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Okay, so this means that this is the number of molecules in 1 gram mole of a substance. Okay, so this is the number of molecules. So Avogadro's number is the number of molecules in per kg mole of the substance, or you can say per gram mole of the substance. So if you have to take gram mole, then this will be 23. If you have to take kilogram mole, then it will become 26. So 23 is for gram, and because I am using kilogram mole, this would become 26. Alright, now if I have n number of moles, let us say let n, small n, alright, so small n kg of moles are there, small n kg moles of a gas, then the total number of moles, or you can say the total number of molecules, this is equal to the number of moles into the Avogadro's number. So let us say this is equal to capital N. So capital N becomes equal to small n into capital A, or you can say that the value of small n is equal to capital N upon A. This small n is also known as the number of moles, or the you can say if you multiply the number of moles with the Avogadro's number, you get the total number of molecules. Now let's apply this value onto the gas equation, or the ideal gas equation. So because we are dealing with the number of moles, so I will have to use the universal gas constant. So that would become P into V is equal to N into R bar upon T. Let's put the value of N. So the value of N is equal to capital N upon A into R bar into T. Now if you look at this value of R bar upon the Avogadro's number, this is denoted by capital K. So capital K is known as the Boltzmann constant. It is known as the Boltzmann constant, and it has a value also, because this is a fixed value and this is also a fixed value. So this becomes 8.3143 divided by 6.023 into 10 to the power 26, and this would give you the value of Boltzmann constant as 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 Okay, joules per molecule Kelvin. So this is the value of the Boltzmann constant. Alright, now therefore the equation of state of an ideal gas can be written in three ways. The first way is P into V is equal to M into R into T, where R is the characteristic gas constant. This can also be written as N into R bar into T, where R bar is the universal gas constant, and this can also be written as capital N into K into T, where K is the Boltzmann constant and capital N is the total number of molecules. So this, or you can say these three equations are worth remembering. So this finishes this introductory video on ideal gases. Now let's move on to the next video, in which we talk about the expressions for specific heats, internal energy and enthalpy of an ideal gas.